Hey guys, it's Bill from Linden, Tennessee. I'll do a quick update on the Volkswagen. Had a couple people asking about it. I haven't done much to it. It's been kind of slow. One of my two situations I'm dealing with was the rear half shafts, being able to get them out without splitting that DD-on tube, and the front brake master cylinder not having enough room for power brakes. I had that electric one that turned out to not be a power boost, took that back. The actual power boosts aren't all that much smaller than a vacuum power boost system, so they won't fit here. I want to avoid removing that back row of batteries if I can. What I can do is, a friend of mine sent me a link. I can't remember the name of the company, Chase, maybe? Anyway, sent me the name of the link, and they do these beautiful eye candy billet master cylinders, and they have a way of increasing the torque, increasing the leverage, the pressure applied to the back of a master cylinder. And the way they do it is really simple. Like, they just, well, back up, stand by, we'll get back to that. What they do is, you come over here to your good old master cylinder, or your brake pedals. I should have set this up before video. This is live action, folks. So here's your brake pedal, of course. And then that's your normal push rod position. What they do is they raise this up about an inch. They just re-drill. They actually have a bracket that relocates the hole so you don't have to re-drill it. But all I'm going to do, maybe, is just re-drill that hole and then raise the master cylinder up. Now, the problem with that is, yes, you do increase the pressure applied because you increased your lever, but you've also decreased the travel of the push rod. So if you use the same size, if you use the same size pistons in the master cylinder, say the normal piston travel is that far. Well, now you move that linkage, so now the maximum travel is that far, and you'd either end up with a pedal that goes all the way to the floor to give you brakes, or there may not be enough fluid in here at all, so you end up with more brake pressure, but less brake fluid. So, I mean, the common thing would be to, well, just get a master cylinder with bigger pistons. So that way a smaller amount of movement equates to the same amount of fluid traveling out. But since it's a bigger piston, your pounds per square inch is less. You have more square inches of piston per pound of push on it. So let's say if you increase the pedal force by 15% and then increase the piston area by 15%, you've just canceled everything out. So I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm just going to go with it because that's what they do, and that's what a lot of other folks do. I'm going to go ahead and get a 1-inch piston. I think these have like 7/8 inch pistons, so I'll get one of these with a 1-inch piston. I'll move that push rod up some, and then of course you got to move the piston, the master cylinder up also. So I'll reorganize that hole, and I'll make like a bracket so that this can just mount straight to it, or the one that I get mounts straight to it. And we'll just kind of hope for the best. I'm still going to need a vacuum pump because my HVAC defroster vent, I think, runs off of vacuum. So I'm still going to need a vacuum pump, but I can probably have it so it only activates when I have the fan on, maybe. Yeah, and then just have a reservoir, a vacuum reservoir. So turn the fan on, the vacuum pump comes on, pulls a vacuum into that reservoir, turns off at a set vacuum, and then whatever. But that's that's way down the line. That's way down the road. The other thing that happened regarding my other situation, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I don't have my drop light handy, but we got my new, I showed you these last time, but I finally got some Porsche axles. So that is a Porsche 911 CV joint, and that is my new hub adapters. So I think this is going to work really good because all I got to do is undo those bolts, pull this back maybe 1/2 inch to clear the back side of that CV, and then probably raise it up first, and then if I need to pull the axle out, then I can. And I think that's going to work really, really great. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Got that done on both sides. So there we go. A little bit of progress. Hold on. There we go. All right. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.